I know, but I wanted to try and keep some structure. But do you know what? See, because it's our first night back after a 2-week break, stuff is structure.
We've never had any structure in the first place. Why are you trying to implement one now?
So Rabble. That's true. I know. I don't know why I came up with that name. I blame my missus. Cammy Barry, Cowie. Right, a starter now. It's very. Listen, we have to also caveat that by saying that it was Cove Rangers, League One, decent team, but again, League One. Probably a little bit better than Falkirk Reserves, but still League One. So, did you see enough enough positives from him tonight?
100%. I mean, I think he's had 5-6 cameos since he signed. He's looked positive every opportunity that he's had. Great to see him getting a start. I thought he was picking up lots of great positions. I think he's going to be a very, very good player for us. As regards to a starter, I think he's making a case for himself as a starter, but we've got so many options on that right hand side of the front three. As you're saying, it's probably Kent, Morelos, and then you could have Hadji, you could have Wright, you could have Aribo, you could have Roof. It's I think it's great to see guys like that coming in and applying pressure. I think going back to Wilf's comment about missing chances, I'd be more worried if we weren't creating chances, to be honest with you. I think the Slavia Prague game, even the game at their place when Morelos scored, we didn't create a great number of chances, but I thought that what I hoped was the international break would recharge the batteries and get a bit of bounce back into the way that we play and we're popping it about, and tonight, as Scotty said, it'd been great to score 10, but I was more encouraged by the way that we played. Scott Wright, he'll get plenty of starts between now and the end of the season. I don't think I would start him in the next round. Just personal opinion. I would still favour Roof or Hadji on that right-sided position.
Fair point. We will come to that draw very soon. I'm just looking at this comment for Wolf. It's your job to sort the comments into order, Martin. Wolf, I make this look extremely easy, but believe me, it's rather quite difficult. William, your thoughts then on Scott Wright? Again, I hate it when you need to say this, but you need to caveat it. It's Cove Rangers, but again, did you see enough for him that maybe you would start him in the next game?
I don't really look at who they're playing against. I watch how the player performs. It doesn't matter if it's against Celtic or it's against Cove Rangers. It's like the impact that he's making. And every time he's come on the pitch, he's made an impact. And that's what the manager's looking for. And tonight, I thought he was probably our best player. I thought when he got the ball, he looked dangerous. I think it was a wee bit in the second half with him and Nathan Patterson. That was really good play. And I think it's important for Scott that, obviously, since coming in until the end of the season, try to get as many minutes as possible, because the reality is most people will judge Scott Wright at the start of next season because he's been given the time to come in to get used to how we play, because we play a totally different way to Aberdeen, clearly. And you can see, I think it was somebody was saying he's put on like 6 or 7 kilos since he's came from Aberdeen. So Rangers are obviously working hard behind the scenes with all the specialists to make sure that he's going to be in perfect shape come next summer, and that's important. So these games, for all you want to see him doing well and perform, we're just getting to see wee glimpses of what he's going to offer us next season, where I think he's going to be a bit like what Cammy said. I think he's going to be a really good player for us. He wasn't really somebody that I'd ever picked out, maybe due to the fact I don't watch that many Aberdeen games, but you can see the talents here, and he's got that wee burst of speed over a short distance. I think maybe just the one thing you would maybe like to see more from him is maybe shooting more, because that's one of the criticisms we've had of all our wide players probably in the last 15, 20 years. We would like to see more goals for our wide men. But I guess we'll never be happy. We will always want more, whether it's assists, goals, creating chances. But, as long as Scott keeps performing the way he is, then he will get his chances under the manager, no doubt about it.
I know, and Scott, are you trying to make this Rangers rabble after dark? Because your background's looking suspiciously dark there, by the way.
Cursed on my meter, so I'm not going to put anything in the lecky. So yeah,
But
very
Scott,
dark.
CGM's put Wright was good, but final ball and shooting should be better. Not will be better. Should be better. Do you agree?
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth, to be honest. I'm really encouraged by. I think people are going to naturally probably draw comparisons to Kent because they both seem traditional wide men. But what Scott Wright does, he loves to get the ball into his feet, spin, and try and get to the byline. And he did that so many times. And it's the cliched low block. How do you beat it? Well, you beat it by, having men who have the ability to shoot at the edge of the area, just like having all the different types of variety of play. And that's something that Ryan Kent doesn't. He can do it, but he doesn't like to do it. So he likes to actually have the ball and face the goal. He doesn't like getting to a point where it kind of narrows his options. But I did notice that when Scott Wright does that, it gets to the byline, his final ball wasn't exactly the best. And I noticed that a couple of times when Aberdeen play Rangers, he's always looked a threat. He always gave Barisic a bit of trouble. But then his final ball let him down. And, when you come to a club like Rangers, that's the benefit because we've got the better coaches. We've got the better players around him that perhaps can mask that slightly. So I think he'll get better and he's got plenty of time to do so. But interestingly enough, is he a starter? I can see it. I can actually genuinely see it. I can because of how different he is to Kent. Having Kent, Morelos, and Wright on the pitch at the same time, it's actually quite exciting when I think about it. That's no disrespect to Hadji or Aribo, but Wright is someone completely different as well. It's just I can see it. I mean, not necessarily regular, but
well, actually, on that point you make, Andy Dees wrote, Aribo and Hadji are not as good on the right as Wright. That's never going to be easy to say, in my opinion. They don't have the turn of pace and endeavour you need to play on the wings. So, with that said, Cammy, just looking slightly ahead, obviously, to the fourth round against them. The last couple of games, it's fair to say that maybe in the overall play, they've maybe had the better of it. I think that's probably fair to say. With a Scott Wright on that right-hand side with a bit of pace and a bit of direct play, would that not maybe benefit us a bit more than having an Aribo or a Hadji out on the right?
Possibly, but Roof would be my player on the right, so it's I can see where you're coming from with regard to it. I think they've got their two fullbacks aren't the best defensively, so I think Scott Wright could cause a lot of problems against that wee girl that plays at left back for them, So I think there's an opportunity there. But really, it's brilliant to have so many options. I think the cup tie, it's going to be there's no replays. It's win on the day. It'll be interesting. Is Tav going to be back in a couple of weeks' time? Is Nathan Patterson's hearing going to be heard? There's a lot to happen between now and then. But I think Scott Wright certainly he could cause them a lot of problems with his pace in behind, no doubt about that.